it's Natalie, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 things that it takes to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur nowadays, it seems like, and some people are jumping into it and they're not realizing how difficult it can be to be an entrepreneur, and it's not for everybody. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years, and I had to learn some stuff on my own, and I believe there are certain traits and characteristics that you have to have in order to be an entrepreneur. If you don't have these traits, you're going to have to develop them real quick because it's not for the weak. So let's get straight into it. Welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Natalie, and I'm an entrepreneur, and we talk everything entrepreneurship and business on the channel. So if you're interested in that, subscribe and comment below. Let's get straight into it. The first trait that you have to have in order to be an entrepreneur is you have to be self-motivated. Now, the difference between being an entrepreneur and working a job, when you have a job, you have a manager that's over you, that's going to be on you. You're going to have, co-workers that's going to keep you accountable, and they're watching over you. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to be the one that's telling yourself to get up and do what needs to be done. You have to be able to do that within yourself. Then there's not going to be anybody sitting around telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that. So you have to have something inside of you that makes you want to go after your dream. You have to not only be self-motivated, but also self-disciplined as well, because, there's going to be times when you're an entrepreneur, the job is never done. A regular job, you clock in, you clock out. Once you clock out, your time is up. You don't have any more work to do. There's no clocking in, clocking out in entrepreneurship. Sometimes you have to work late at night. There's never a day off. Now that I'm an entrepreneur, there's never a day off. I'm talking to my vendors throughout the day, every day, even on my days off. I'm constantly trying to grow my business. I'm constantly working to better my business, add new products. So it can be so easy to lay in bed instead of getting up that day and working towards your dreams, working towards your goals. But you have to be able to want it so bad for yourself that you do what it takes, no matter how long it takes, no matter how much work it takes. Because when you're an entrepreneur, there's no 40-hour work weeks. That's done. There's always work to be done. And that brings me to my second point, and that is you have to be ambitious. You have to want more for yourself. You have to have something inside of you that makes you want to keep pushing forward. You have to believe in yourself. You have to want it for yourself. You have to be able to see the big picture. You have to have a drive within you. When things aren't going good, you have to keep pushing. When things are uncertain, you have to keep going. You can't just sit around and you can't always be at every function when people are having fun. Entrepreneurship, it's not always about fun all the time. So sometimes you have to take it in because you have work to do in the morning. Sometimes you can't stay out all night and hang out. You can't be hanging around the same people that are not looking forward and that are not working towards something with their life. When you have to be surrounded by great people, there's going to be a lot of times where things are not going to be perfect. No matter what these other gurus are telling you, you don't get rich overnight, and you're going to have ambition and drive to push you when you're not making as much money as you want to make. You're going to have drive when all the hard work that you're doing is not paying off. You have to have drive when people are telling you can't do it, when people are not believing in your dream, when people, are not pushing you, when you don't have other people telling you, go for it, keep going. You have to tell yourself that. You have to believe in your dream. You have to keep pushing. And you can't worry about what people might think, or you can't worry about if people are congratulating you or telling you to keep going, because it's your dream and you have a vision for yourself and you want more and it's inside of you. And that is what's going to keep you going and keep fighting for your dream, is your ambition. Cannot be sitting around with no type of drive, no ambition inside of you, because if you want to do that, then you better go back to a regular job and just be numb on the inside and not even worry about that, because being an entrepreneur is on the inside. It's traits that's inside of you that you have to use to keep going, because it's a rough road and it's uncertain, and that's just it. And it makes me mad because a lot of these gurus make it seem so easy. Most people are not going to make 100,000 overnight. It's just not going to happen. So you have to have that ambition and drive inside of yourself, because nobody's going to be behind you, pushing you and telling you to do anything. talking about the uncertainties of being an entrepreneur, that brings me to my third point. And the third thing that you have to be an entrepreneur is you have to be a risk taker. Now, it's scary. It's scary investing your money. Sometimes it might be your last. There's been times where it was my last and I invested in my business, not knowing that if it was going to work, if it was going to pay off. I quit my job on a risk. I didn't know what was next. I didn't know what my business was going to do. I didn't know how much money I was going to make. When you're an entrepreneur, nothing is for certain. You might have $1,000 day, and then you might have a whole week of $0. You have to put money into your business that you don't know if it's going to pay off. You might have to purchase products or invest in a website, and you don't even know if somebody's even going to purchase it. But if you're scared to take risks, you're not going to do it, and you're not going to succeed in business because you're being afraid of risk is going to keep you from taking the steps that you need to take to grow your business and become a business owner and be successful. Because every step of the way is risk. From starting your business to paying for an LLC, to paying for your products, to paying for a website, to paying for marketing. Everything involves risk, and it's not guaranteed that it's going to pay off. But if you don't do it, you're not going to grow in business. So everything about entrepreneurs is about a risk. And just start to welcome risk. And I told myself I was so afraid to purchase products, my first business. And you know what happened? I said, if I'm afraid, I'm going to do it afraid. Somebody told me that. So even if you're afraid, do it afraid. What's the worst that's going to happen? You fail, and then what? We're all going to die one day. We're all going to end up in the same place. So what's the worst that can happen? You fail? Because the worst thing that can happen to me as a business owner is I have to go back to a 9-to-5 and not have any freedom. So I don't have no other choice but to keep going down this road. I don't have no choice but to keep going. So I'm going to take all the risks that's necessary because I don't care anymore. But I practice that over time. The fourth thing that you have to have inside of you is you cannot be afraid to fail. I started about 5 businesses before I have the businesses that I have now. And they failed. But there's nothing's a failure when you're learning from that experience. All those businesses, they did something for me. They might not have grown and become, $1 million businesses, but they taught me something. And I gained experience from those businesses. And I learned from those businesses. And everything that I learned from those businesses, I took it to my new ones. And now they're growing even faster. So there's going to be failures. You're going to waste money. Sometimes you might buy something that you didn't need, or, you might invest in a product that doesn't sell. But even me, I quit my job. If I was scared to fail when I quit my job, then I would never quit my job and I would never be an entrepreneur. So do not be afraid to fail. You're going to fail 1,000 times, but that's a part of the process. Number 5, you have to be continuously learning. You have to be continuously growing. You have to keep perfecting your craft. You cannot stay stuck. You can't just read one book. You can't just watch one video and think that you're going to be set for your whole career as an entrepreneur. No, there's new strategies that come out. There's new marketing methods. There's new products that you can look towards. You want to grow whatever business that you're in. You want to keep learning about it. You want to keep just developing even yourself as an entrepreneur, because a lot of it is within yourself, and growing and developing and learning and increasing your knowledge so that you can be the best person you can be, so that you can create the best product, so that you can know the best way to market your product to grow your business. And that's not an overnight thing. I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years, and every day I still read books, I still watch videos, I still read articles, I'm still learning about products, I'm still learning about new methods, I'm still learning about money and finances. Because if you don't know about money, if you don't know how money works, how do you expect to get something? So make sure that you're understanding what $1 is worth. Make sure you're understanding, what interest is, how to grow money, how to invest money, how to make money. Because once you learn how to make money, you can go broke, you can lose it all today, and you're going to make it right back. So you got to know the ins and outs of money, ins and out of business, ins and out of networking. Know the ins and out of the business, the product you want to sell, the people who create your product, about customer service. Keep learning about all those things, and you have no choice but to succeed in business. Keep learning. Knowledge. That's one thing that keeps people stuck. So that's why a lot of people that's born into rich families, they have something that I didn't have, is they had knowledge and understanding of money and how to get money, how to grow money, and how to make it. So that's what keeps broke people broke, is the lack of knowledge. So continue to learn and grow about your business as well. And I want to thank you guys for watching my video, and subscribe to my channel because there's more to come. Let's get this money together, and y'all have a good day.